fire away whenever y'all are ready.
How does it feel to be able to go back to Coach Boyd's backyard and be able to play like you guys did in front of his home people?
That was enjoyable. Definitely not my first time in New York, but it feels great to go back and have a statement game like that when he's back at home. Everybody coming to see him.
Yeah, how was it for you going back?
It was fun. Got some friends in the area, got to see me play. It's been a while, so definitely enjoyable to be back in the area.
Do you kind of help the younger guys that maybe have never been to New York before kind of settle them down in the big city?
Well, actually, we got kind of lost in the subway a couple times, so it wasn't too much help. But, I knew the area when I got out there, Times Square a little bit, where to go shopping at and whatnot, so helped them a little bit with that one. So.
Isaac talked about how Coach Boynton would get involved in the practice y'all did back at his high school. What was that like, just to see him back there reliving his high school memories?
It was fun. I just felt like a little bit of reincarnation. He got back into the gym. He just felt at home. So it really went at us in practice. So I just felt like him being back in high school probably giving him a little bit of youth and whatnot.
You started to seem like you started to maybe feel a little more comfortable in the offense. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, it was still a process of learning it, learning where I could score, where I could be aggressive and whatnot. But definitely starting to feel more comfortable with it.
More than other guys, though, because of your experience. You played on two power, basketball teams and programs. You kind of realize, whether it's the team you've been on or teams you've played against, what it should feel like for a team getting better and going into a season. What's the feel you get from this crew?
I mean, I got a great feeling from this crew. We got a lot of hard workers. We've had a lot of practices, and I want to say we probably had maybe 2 bad practices, and that's pretty incredible coming from what I've seen and the programs I've been in. It's hard to string a lot of good practices together, and I feel like we got a lot of hard workers. People are still working in and out of practice, coming in early, staying late, getting shots up after practice. So, I feel like we could be a really special crew. We just got to, keep on fighting and keep on doing what we're doing right now.
What's kind of been the challenge for you to find your comfort level?
I would say the challenge is, just getting accustomed to the defense first of all. That's what I'm really focusing on right now. Still, getting the screen coverages down, making sure I'm in line and whatnot. But just trying to focus more on the defensive part of the floor, get comfortable with that, and then, just letting the offense come to me, because I know Coach Boynton is not too worried about the offense, not worried about shot making, because he knows it's going to come. But I just want to build trust on, one end of the floor and then bring it to the other end of the floor.
You ever been a part of a defense like this?
No, never. Not high school. I played pack line defense. I've never been in a denial type of defense like this. So it was kind of challenging for me, but, watching more film and practicing, getting some game experience, I'm definitely starting to, get accustomed to it, getting adjusted to it.
Can you see what it's capable of doing now?
Oh, definitely, man. You hold a team to less than 40 points in a game, and a really good team, too. And, it's very annoying, I want to say. Playing against now defenses my entire life, whether it was high school or in college, was the most aggravating games ever, because you could never run offense. And I definitely understand why it's so, why our defense, it works so well. And, we got a great shot blocker in the back, too, so that also helps.
Being a part of a defensive system like this, how does that help your personal development, just being able to be a part of that?
I definitely say it works on my anticipation. Never played in the passing lanes as much. Definitely, working on that, playing in the lane. Just being more aware, because now you got to be on high alert, back doors or whatever it may be. I just feel like it's keeping me more alert. Keeping me more in tune with the game.
That second 3 you hit is kind of contested. You got to step into it. Just what did those 2 shots, I guess, do for your confidence moving forward?
I know I can make shots, man, and I know it's coming. Like Coach Boyd said, just keep on shooting the ball. They're going to fall. He's not worried about them, and I'm not too worried about them either. I know what I can do and what I bring, and I'm just, just trying to get going.
With the high percentage that you've shot from the 3, is it frustrating being 7 games in and your shot not really falling just yet?
Yeah, you want to make everything, you want to be perfect, but I know at the end of the day, nobody can be perfect. You just got to keep working towards your goal. So that's what I'm doing, man. And keep on putting shots up and keep shooting the ball.
Does having a shot blocker like Eeyore back there change how aggressively you play defense on the perimeter sometimes?
Definitely. You know, if you get blown by or if you're all the way up the line, and that was one of my problems. I didn't know how great of a shot blocker he was after, you know, he got that 8-block game. I forgot who it was. I understood why everybody plays defense the way they do, because you could play all the way up the floor, man. If somebody gets near that basket, the ball's on the backboard and they're going to have court, and, you know, we're running that way. So, I mean, definitely was hard getting accustomed to that because I never played with a shot blocker, but he definitely changes the game.
Coming out of the second half against Syracuse, that guy kind of tried to dunk on you. What did you think of that block?
Well, it's amazing.
That was one of the best I've seen him have so far.
Yeah, we were on the bench we made jokes about how Caleb got a two-handed block earlier in the year, and we're like, oh, you got a lot of blocks, but you got no better blocks than that one. And then he did that one with the dunk attempt, and everybody's on the bench is like. Yeah, he had to make a statement right there. That was a statement block. That was definitely a statement block.
Did you ever put any more pressure on yourself, kind of being the new guy? Is that when you first got here?
Definitely, you know, new guy, old guy. You know, been through the struggle, new system, new coaching staff, new expectations. You know, just try not to be hard on myself, but at the end of the day, you know, it's kind of hard not to do, but, you know, very great environment, I want to say. Everybody open arms, you know, welcome me. So, I mean, it's still a great feeling, you know. Just try to work as hard as I can and, you know, continue to do what I do.
You talked about before how the expectations on you as a leader were a little bit unique because you were, like you mentioned, an older guy coming in still as a newcomer too. How do you feel like that role or your leadership has evolved since you've been in the system for a little bit longer?
I feel like definitely becoming a better leader. I speak more on and off the court. In practice, you know, I usually play with the younger guys and taking on that role, you know, just being a voice that's there to calm them down or, you know, to lead them, tell them what's going on, if they're confused and whatnot. Definitely feel like I'm stepping into a bigger leadership role.
You said you had wanted the freshmen to be able to speak up a little bit more too. How has that changed at all since the first practices?
Yeah, they're definitely, you know, starting to learn more. And they're starting to learn that's the expectation. That's what coach wants. So they're adding this to their characters and adding it to their game, and it's definitely showing.
Can you talk about Isaac likely stepping up so far this season?
Man, Ice been playing great. Ice, I didn't know Ice was actually this good until, you know, I actually seen him live. And man, he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. You know, consistently putting pressure on the defense. You know, getting in the paint 2 feet, kicking out, great passer, great defensive player. Also, he's averaging like 4 steals a game right now. And I mean, his numbers speak for himself.
What kind of makes him so tough to guard? Is it his size? Is it what is it about him?
No, he's just a bulldog, man. He's relentless. He doesn't stop. He comes at you and he keeps on coming, and it's like you don't know what to do, you know, with him. I mean, shot definitely coming along. Everybody talks about how he can't shoot. You know, I shoot with him all the time. He makes shots all the time. You know, it's about building confidence, and it's getting there. But I mean, people talk about how they could just sag off him, but you know, when he gets a full-headed steam, he's going downhill. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to stop him.
They hit that 3 the other night, and I kind of thought, okay, now they're really in trouble, right?
Yeah, man, a lot of people don't know, man. That's what that work do. That's what that work do.
Were you happy for Chris to get those 3 points that he got against Syracuse?
Yeah, man, he shot them from the parking lot, man. Yeah, but yeah, no, Chris is also a great shooter, man. Just got to build the confidence. Coach always tells him to keep on shooting the ball. The next one's gonna fall. The next one's gonna fall. So, I mean, it was great to see that. You know, he hit a couple shots, and you could see the confidence oozing out of him when we went into halftime. So, you know, we also need him to play great because we know he can make shots also.